Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, citizens of all ages, welcome back to another edition Star Citizen 3.11.1, Day 7 of the IAE Expo. Let's do this. First up, we've got the Banu Defender, a light fighter. The Banu Defender is also known as the Angry or Surprised Crab. As you can see right here with the door open, it looks like it's been startled a little bit. The Banu Defender is a really intricate looking craft. One thing you'll notice is it's got these really big arms right here. These will actually extend outward, which again give it the crab look. It's really cool looking. A lot of people are very excited as this gives a quick idea as to what you can expect when the Banu Merchantman comes online. The Banu Defender has 4 Singe weapons attached to the ship. Now the Singe are going to be more laser or hit scan in the future. Right now they are projectile until they get that technology sorted out. You will notice that on the Defender there are a lot of intricate details as previously mentioned. Very high in craftsmanship as the Banu don't really have like history. They are really artsy and are towards the arts, but they don't really record a lot of stuff. So these ships are usually, you know, a lot of work and effort go into them, and they are pretty nice if you ask me. Next up, we've got the Asperia Blade, another light fighter. The Aspiria Blade is a recreation of the Vandal Blade, basically a one-to-one recreation, but made for humans. Now, the Blade is a decent light fighter. It has a really intimidating look, as this is, again, a recreation of the Vandal light fighter. It has a really kind of metal and dark looking aesthetic, and it's definitely one of the cooler looking alien ships in the game. It's a little too fragile for my liking, but it's definitely one of those get in, do some damage, get out types of ships. It's definitely a ship you're going to want to own if you're into the rarer, exotic ships, especially if you've got the Vandal mask from the Vara event. Next up, we've got the Aopoa Cartu-All, the light fighter. Now, this is the Cartu-All in its landed form. When it's not in its landed form, it is completely different looking. It almost looks like a starfish. It has a really interesting finish. It's also got 2 size 3 Panthers fixed, which give it a pretty decent loadout. This is probably one of the more nimble ships, as right here you can see that's one of the thrusters. Now, the ship actually doesn't have engines per se. It has these multi-directional thrusters. The cabin there also turns to have the pilot facing forward. It's kind of hard to describe. You'd have to see it. This is one of the engines, you could call it. Really, it's one of the thrusters, as previously mentioned. The skin does have a really neat look as well. Another ship that has intricate details all engraved and along the ship. It's definitely one of the more interesting and original ideas when it comes to alien vessels. It is one of the most maneuverable ships in game, however, it doesn't exactly have the armor to back it up. So this is another zoom in, do your damage, and get out before you get torn to shreds. Next up, we've got the Asperia Prowler. That's right, this dropship is incredible. When it first came out on concept, I literally paid no attention to it. Once it came into the game and I was able to fly it around, this is the ship that I was looking for. I used to have a Glaive and I liked it because it was alien. But once this came online, this was a no-brainer. This is a stealth drop ship recreated from the Tavaran fleet, and you'll notice it has a distinctly bird-like structure to it. The Taveran are kind of bird-like people. One of the really cool things is this does have an interior. With it being a dropship, it can carry a boatload of people. It's got the patented Taveran air shield, so when there are openings, you don't have to worry about venting the ship. Also, it has the high-tech Taveran shield technology, which is absolutely phenomenal. These little feathers here on the arms will actually kind of fray out to give cover to the troops coming out from the body of the ship. And personally, this is one of my absolute favorite alien vessels in the game. Little bit of stealth, little bit of muscle, it's awesome. Check it out. And next up, we've got the Asperia Glaive. Now, the Glaive is a medium fighter, another recreation of the Vandal fleet, but this is the old version of it. This thing can bring quite a lot of firepower, as it's got 2 size 5 cannons. That's what those big things are. It's also got the blades attached to the wings for stabbing. They also have some intimidating missiles. I mean, look at that. Those are... oh, I would not want to be hit with those, although missiles aren't really in a great spot right now in the game. Those size 5 cannons, when they land, are devastating. It's also got 2, I think, size 2 weapons on the nose, which you can see attached to the cabin. And it has this really interesting look to it, like it's kind of cobbled together. At least that's the idea behind the Vandal tech. There is a rework coming along for the Glaive as well as the Scythe. I'm definitely looking forward to that, to be more in line with the way that the Blade looked. So something to look forward to. If you are a really skilled fighter, you might want to look into this, as it does have some firepower, but it does break apart easily. And don't forget, just like every other expo, there are still the armament and component galleries all around for your item and ship needs. From there, we're going to head downstairs and take a look at the other displays. Downstairs, you're going to find the Aopoa Nox display. Now, the Aopoa Nox is a speeder bike, but this is a much more sleek, much more speed-reliant ground-lev vehicle. If the Dragonfly was the speeder bike, this is more of like the crotch rocket. It is ground lev. It does have 2 size 1 weapons on it. This is the speedier version, and it is awesome. I love the Nox. It is sleek. It's really fun to fly around. The display here, the colors are a little bit weird, but this is the black one. You'll probably be able to see that. It's really, really awesome. It's got the, I think it's Xi'an tech in it, and oh my god, these are just a blast to fly. They definitely are something you want to take along with you if you're just going to a planet to, you know, fart around, or if you want to try to explore. These can get you around nice and quickly, and as well, they've got the ability to catch a lot of air, especially if you are flying it and using the strafe up mechanic with it, because it is awesome. These things are such a blast to fly. I highly suggest checking them out if you don't already own one. Next up, we've got the Nox Q. Now, the Nox Q is a limited version of the Nox, and this one has a gray skin to it. That's how you can tell that it's the special version. Aside from that, it's completely identical, has the exact same stats, all that good stuff, but as you can see, this has the gray tone to it as opposed to just the black all throughout. I do have both of them, and again, completely identical. It's really just an aesthetic choice, a visual change. These are variants, so you're not able to swap paint colors, which is a little bit of a kick in the pants. But if we go over and take a look, you'll be able to kind of better see the color changing, or the color differences, excuse me. See, this has more of that black kind of tone to it. We'll take a quick look here. And then when we go and take a look at the Q again, which easy on down. There we go. So there is the gray. Once again, this is the Nox Q, the more special version. So now we're going to head over to the display hall and check out the holo models. First up, we've got the Asperia Talon. Now, the Talon is an upcoming ship. It is a light fighter, also from Asperia, also a Taveran recreation, but this one is much smaller than the Prowler, or at least a smaller area the pilot uses. The ship is quite long. Again, it's a light fighter. It's going to have a really cool looking paint scheme or livery to it. It's going to be iridescent. So the colors are going to kind of change depending on the angle that you're looking at it. There are two versions of the Talon. There's the Talon and the Shrike. This is the Talon, which is the more just straight up light fighter version. It does have, I think, more weapons. Don't quote me on that. But again, this is the one more focused towards dogfighting. That's a better way to classify this. This is more of the dogfighter version of the Talon. Speaking of Shrike, here is the Asperia Talon Shrike. Now, the Shrike, again, is a variant of the Talon. This is the more missile-focused version. I do believe that this has a proprietary missile system on it, much to the same effect as the Freelancer Miss. I think it's got an auto-loader, or it's got something on it that helps it to fire the missiles, I believe, more quickly. I'd have to double-check on that, as it has been a little while since I've checked the description. Again, it's another light fighter, another Taveran-inspired craft, and again, also has the iridescent livery to it. These ships are going to be releasing in 3.12, which, if all goes according to plan, should be just a couple weeks away as of the release of this video. So don't forget to definitely come back when 3.12 comes out, because I do have these ships in my hangar, and you can expect a full overview of both of them. Both the Talon and the Shrike will have escape pod capabilities from the front nose area, so these might just be the next meta for light fighters. And that will do it for the Alien Day at the 2950 IAE. Please leave a like if you liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. I hope all you beautiful bastards out there, you have yourselves a wonderful day, morning, evening, whenever, wherever you just so happen to be. This is Will, Day Late Gamer, signing out. Love, peace, chicken grease. Alright.